Chapter 9, and Lily had her first kiss. Exciting, so new stuff is happening. And is the party a gathering, a secret gathering, not only the schoolgirls or the end of the year, but is the gathering of the Saint Bernadette's, of the gang, you know, that they are the religious gang. Okay, chapter 9. It's impossible to leave the room without making a noise, and I can't hang out behind the bookcase forever. So I just stride out and pretend like I haven't seen a thing. Maeve, Lily says, sounding mortified. I didn't see anything, I say loudly, and book it out the sliding door. The fireworks are still going, and Fiona is clutching her drink, head angled right at the sky. An explosion of fuchsia sparks light up her face, and I see that tears are streaking her cheeks. I put my arm around her. You okay, pal? Yeah, she says, squeezing me back. I'm just a bit scared. Is the thing? What? I nodded. Because, yes, it seems scary. Not scary like the end of the world, which we are used to, but scary because she's entering a new world. The one Rue is already half in, the adult world. We watch the fireworks together, not talking much. The sky is so much like my mind. Whenever I start the process, that my brain immediately starts imitating it. My mind clears, and the colours in the sky are joined by the colours of all the people around me. Reds, yellows, and navy blues, and bottle greens. All their secrets and anxieties flow into me, their family problems, their pets, names. I try not to be burdened by it. I try not to pay too much attention. It's hard to be telepathic at a party. Hey, Lily's voice comes from behind me, and I turn to grin at her. Having a nice party? I asked. Don't say anything. Under the mistletoe, are we? Shut up. When Lily first returned from the river, I thought she would never get back to who she was, and I was right. She didn't. She isn't the old Lily, the one I grew up with, the shy kid with a fantasy books. She's someone else. She's someone else, an evolution on an evolution. She's original and kind and witty and beautiful, and I feel my chest bursting with pride at having been the one to know her first. Midnight comes and goes, and the temperature drops to below freezing. About 15 of us end up on the trampoline in Holly's back garden, shoeless, phones stuffed in cups, Christmas songs playing. Even wrapped in coats and blankets, I can still feel the dampness of the trampoline soaking through my bum. It's worth it, though, for this little moment, the only light in the stars and the orange glow of cigarettes. Lily and Mark don't make a move towards each other again, and I think this fits. They are both private, or from what I know of Mark, he has always seemed to be. He'll get her number at the end of the night, and soon enough Lily and I will be on double dates together. There's a flutter in the air, and I look up to see Paola flapping his wings overhead. I nudge Fiona. He could have news about the lodge. I'm going to walk around, I say. Get some air. I'll come too. Fi and Lily both say at once. If you are going to holy calls, avoid the roses, will you? Vom is vomiting, because they might be sick because they've been drinking too much. There's a stone bird bath at the end of the garden, more decorative than functional, but Paola purchases on it and waits for us. Fiona holds out her arm and he flies to it like a trained hawk. Fi closes her eyes, strokes his inky feathers. Nothing yet, she says, opening them again, but on the plus side, he has ruled out a lot of places. How is it taking so long? I ask. Surely there aren't that many fake castles in Kilbeg. Paola is a bird, Fiona says testily. He doesn't know what a castle is, the way you and I do. He just sees shapes. He takes snapshots in his brain and shows them to me, and I tell him how close he is. Then he gets closer to the answer. The more he rules stuff out, what snapshots does he have to have today? Well, he's shown me a big Aldi, an Aldi. Christ, we are going to be at this all year. Hey, be patient with him. I don't know if we can be patient, I say. We found out tonight that Lorna wasn't going out with one of those chastity boys. She's definitely gone to the lodge. Fiona bites her lip. He's doing his best. I'm sure he is, Lily says, trying to sound diplomatic, but he is a bird. He's not just a bird, Fiona says fiercely. He's sort of, well, he's part of me too. Lily and I look at each other silently and then at Fiona. It's odd because this is usually how Fiona and I are when Lily talks about the river, a mute sense of trying to understand, but not remotely understanding. I know it's going to sound mad, Fiona says, all too aware of the dynamic shift, but he's the reason I stopped. She used to slash herself, and she stopped doing that. She makes a vague sawing action at her arms. I try not to look too shocked. I had thought Fiona had given up on hurting herself over a month ago, when Heather Banbury was still alive. I had no idea. It had continued. It's not that I was doing it a lot, Fiona says urgently. It's just, after the funeral things were so dark and so tense, I needed, she squeezed her eyes shut, a release or something. But then I saw that it hurt Paola too, and I couldn't do that to him. Anyway, she says briskly, he'll find the lodge. I know he will. We walk back to the trampoline and climb back through the black netting. My eyes take a second to readjust, but I see that two people are lying down now, taking up a space that the three of us briefly left by leaving. It's Mark, Lily's first kiss, with Becky, less than an hour after he had kissed her. Just what in the hell do you think you are doing? I'm screaming suddenly. Why am I screaming? This is shitty behaviour, but it is a screaming offence. Mark suddenly comes to his senses and either remembers his Lily kiss or regrets this current one. Shit! Mark turns to Lily. Sorry, he says limply, and maybe if I were sober I would give him the benefit of the doubt and believe he really was sorry, but I'm not sober and he's not sorry. Lily O'Callaghan, Becky says with complete disgust. Mark, do you even know what she's like? I can feel something cooking in her throat, some long litany or of horrible things about Lily, sins, both real and imagined, anything to distance herself from the fact that she kissed the same guy as Lily O'Callaghan, the class freak, Becky Fogarty. I snap before she can even begin. Do you even know that Holly and Fiona call you Becky Foghorn? The shock hits Becky like a hailstorm. What? That's not all, I continued, casting my mind back to the fireworks moment, where all their secrets fell down on me. Becky fuckface. Becky full of shit. Maeve, Holly says, it is in one sharp in-breath, like she's reminding me that this is her party. Your friends don't even like you, Becky, so I wouldn't worry too much about Lily's reputation. Dude, Fiona says, steady on, that's enough. Why would you say that? Becky asks, winded by the pain of it. Why on earth? Because you lie all the time. You are loud, I finish. Come on, guys, let's get out of here. Lily and Fiona are transfixed, too stunned by this attack to move. I can feel everyone's eyes on me. The girls I barely know, the boys whose names I don't remember, all staring at me from behind the orange cherries of their lit cigarettes. This would be the time to stop, but I see Mark's stupid face locking eyes with another boy across the trampoline. A look of girls are nutters. A look of these girls are nutters. I whirl on him. You would be so lucky to go out with Lily, I say. Maeve, Lily says, yanking my shoulder. Stop. Enough re-endear games. Maeve, Holly says, desperately trying to re-establish order at what had previously been a very successful party. Just leave. I can't believe I even invited you. Yeah, I spit back. I can't believe you didn't invite that guy you are cheating on Fiona with. Then I turn to horrified Fiona, who has done nothing to me at all. Hope you like your tattoo, you bitch. Holy snarls, you've always been a bitch. And then I slap her, hard across the face. The whole thing happens in slow motion, like I'm watching a movie of someone else. Jesus Christ, one of the boys yells. Holly goes to hit me back, but her feet are unsteady on the trampoline, and she falls forward. Suddenly, her whole weight is on top of me. At the corner of my vision, I can see Lily lit up by the moonlight, her hair beginning to produce static. Oh God, Lily is about to light up Holly's back garden, and all to protect me, because I was trying to protect her. Get off, I scream, trying to shove Holly off me. It's all so stupid, like a wrestling ring, but all the same, it is enough, like the fire at the tennis courts, to make me panic. The protective rage of Lily starts to mutate into something else, something stronger and intent on devouring its host. I get an arm free and bring the heel of my hand to Holly's forehead. It doesn't make much impact, but her expression begins to change. The color flows out of her eyes, and lens of cloudy white falls just like Rue, just like Aaron. Her scream is so loud that it summons a curious Paola, who lands in the middle of the trampoline. Holly rolls over and everyone sees it, the glowing white irises like cat's eyes on a dark road. A deathly, deadly silence, and then screams. What did you do? Holly, Holly, Holly! Fucking Maeve Chambers, I knew we shouldn't have invited her. Then Holly blinks. Her eyes have turned to normal, but the damage has already been done. Lily's hair is crackling with static, her body coursing with electricity. Paola is freaking out, that's the bird, swooping and landing, making the impression that he's getting ready to pick someone's eyes out. Paola! Fiona screams. Stop! Stop it! Paola calms down, like a dog suddenly reminded of obedience school. That he has clearly taken this order from Fiona is even more chilling. Nice, normal Fiona, the girl who everyone likes. What the fu... Ah, Fiona, did you? You have a bird. You were controlling the bird. What are you? So it's true then. Jesus Christ. All three of us bolt back towards the house, still shoeless, not even trying to explain. Lily's bare feet spark off the dewy grass, the electricity pouring off her like a layer of sweat. There's no two ways about it. We look like witches. We have to walk bare feet back to my house, along the river wall. Cold drizzle sweeps through our hair and underneath our clothing, freezing our bones. Our feet are cut from the gravel, and yet I would still take the pain over the wall of fury coming from me, from Lily and Fiona. What was that, Maeve? Fiona hisses. Why on earth would you do that? It was just so cruel and unnecessary. I trail off. Becky Fogarty was going to say something just as horrible to Lily and Mark. He kissed Lily and then he kissed someone else. What the hell's that? Thank you for sharing, Lily says miserably. An explicitly private moment with everyone. Really, I can't thank you enough. I was defending you, I stress. I thought he had hurt you. It was awful behaviour from him. Why are you acting like I'm made of glass? Lily says, sounding genuinely confused. I don't need you to protect me, Maeve. Not from some random boy who kisses me and kisses someone else at a party. It's a party. I know how they work. Lily is making complete sense, but I can't shake the feeling that I actually is my job to protect her. It's an instinct, fierce and fatal, running through my veins like electricity runs through hers. So you are not mad? I counter. You are not mad that he kissed you, then kissed Becky Foghorn. At this, a rage emerges from Lily that feels like it started at the pit of her stomach. She doesn't just raise her voice. She screams at me. I was the river. It's like the river itself hears her. It seems to shimmer a little more, glowing under the reflection of the street lights. I was the river, Maeve. How do you still not get that? Okay, so I wonder what she means by that. She puts her hands over her eyes, like glimpsing the water is too painful. There are bones down there, bones worn away to almost nothing, dust, that is part of the riverbed, keys that fell out of her pockets, strips of leather, wallets that get eaten by fish. That was part of me. All of it was part of me. You think I really care? That's some random boy who kissed me at the party and who is going to die one day. Also kissed someone else? Yes, I whispered. Yes, because you are a river, but you are also a girl. She stares at me hard. Fiona has already stormed ahead, her arms wrapped around herself, trying to keep warm. Fi, I call. Fi, don't rush ahead. We've already agreed that everyone would sleep at my house tonight. It's closed. It's closest after all, but that was before I ruined the party. Fi keeps walking, her body wrapping tighter and tighter around itself. I jog to meet her, each step agony on the cold ground. Fi, I say again. Fi, come on. I just don't understand why you did that, she says, tonelessly. Why you came out with all that, all their secrets. I struggle, trying to find the words to describe what I myself find indefinable. Lily, don't give me that, she snaps. You were enjoying yourself. You were enjoying being cruel. I don't contradict her. Frankly, I'm not sure if I can. Tonight's going to have repercussions. Do you get that? Do you ever get that? Paola perches on the river wall, cocking his head at Fiona in an expression of are you okay? How's Becky going to cope with when she realizes her friends hate her? How are Holly and Fiona going to cope? I guess she'll get new friends who like her, I say, pretending like it's as easy as all that. I guess Holly and Fiona will break up. Or, I don't know, we'll all get over it the way popular kids do. How? Fiona asks sharply. There is no school, nowhere to pitch things up. This is going to just stew, and then they'll all go their separate ways forever. You could have just changed the trajectory of their entire lives. Guilt tightens my stomach. A black snake making a knot of itself. You are being dramatic because, besides they don't have to deal with anything compared to us. And look at us. Yeah, she says, disgusted. Look at us. I thought the frostiness might thaw once we got back to my house, but I'm wrong. They borrow shoes, they call taxis, and they wait in silence. The atmosphere doesn't improve even while they are sitting on my kitchen table, staring at their phones. Holly went blind, I say, trying to break the tension. Are you going to talk about that at least? They put their phones down in the passive-aggressive way. You put your phone down when your parents won't stop talking to you. I'm sure everyone will be talking about it for a long time. Lily says flatly, I'm sure it will be in the paper by tomorrow. No, but can we talk about it? Why? I press. It happened the other night with Rue and Aaron, only for a minute, and then when I was really angry. Fiona goes back to looking at her phone. Maybe your gift is evolving, she says absently. Maybe it is getting stronger. The more you act like a bitch. Fiona said, I said I was sorry. Not to them. Oh my God, Fi, will you give it a rest? I'll say sorry to them. Can't we talk about the blindness thing? People in the room used to like me. Maeve, she says, I used to be liked. I bristle at this. What's that supposed to mean? She narrows her eyes at me, like I should know what it means. You are the mind reader, she snaps, and I don't need to read her mind. Her decision to be friends with me has cut a path off to her that was once open, and for a few moments she would like me to feel guilty about it. Well, you have to trade in being popular and basic. I snap back. So you could be a freak, an extraordinary. It's harsh, too harsh, but it is also true. Fiona is after all going to be on TV show because 10 months ago she made a decision to be friends with me. It's a sentiment that is too ridiculous to say out loud. But Fiona glares at me anyway, sure of the subtext. Fiona gets up. I'm out of here. They both go, and I am left alone, shivering in my wet clothes. I have no good reason to go to school, no Rue to meet me, no point to prove, but it's the loneliness that gets me in the end, the loneliness of paranoia, the loneliness of feeling as if nothing is real, that everything is a trap. I want to find one thing that's real, one thing that belongs to me, one thing that I have dominion over. I am so lonely in the end that I rather try to talk to a ghost than talk to no one at all. And that is chapter 9. Wow, will their friendship last, or will it be the end of the friendship as we know it? I hope you've enjoyed it. Take care, and I'll see you in chapter 10.